Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Advent of Code. So I actually just finished another video of doing day 4, but then I accidentally overwrote it. So I thought I'd just go into day 4 again and kind of walk through what I did. It's a shame, but things like that happen. Right, so day 4 was basically we have some elves cleaning up the campsite after going through the jungle and doing some stuff. And yeah, what their aim is they've assigned each elf a range of areas to clean, so 2 to 4 and another 6 to 8, and then they've paired up because they realise there's some overlapping. And if you look here, you can see like these two completely overlap. So that 6 fits all in there, and that 3 to 7 fits all in there. And so the first part of the puzzle was to basically find out how many overlap. So if we look at day 4.jakt, we can see how I solved that. So basically I split it on that, did some like puzzle input, so split it on that, then split it on the hyphen, and from there you can kind of get the lower and upper bounds of each of the pairs, and I check whether the low is bigger than the other. So for example, this one overlaps, so we can check whether the low of this one is bigger than the low of that one, but smaller than the high of that one, and vice versa. And if that's the case, then the part 1 sum will kind of get added to, and then we'll print it out. Because of like weird caching issues, like maybe they'll do it. Yeah, so I had done it was 527, 526. Part 2 was just working out whether I overlapped at all. So it included those 2 that did overlap, but then it also had, say for example, this 7 overlaps, and here the 4 kind of overlaps with a chunk of this 4 to 6. And to do this, I added another check that basically checks whether like the low of this is like bigger, yeah, so low is greater, yeah, low of this is greater than the low of this and less than the high of that, which it's not. And then same again for the high, so the 6 actually fits in this range, so it says yeah, and then outputs that part. And I secretly did get that as well, and maybe if we like add more random stuff, they will know that I did it. Yeah, my puzzle answer was that, and I got 2 stars. Now, I also did another thing to help speed up my test script. So if we look at this, we actually only, so I added this kind of if statement here, so we check whether the executable exists, and if it doesn't, we'll compile it. Otherwise, we'll check whether the source code is newer than the executable, and if it is, then we'll compile it. If it isn't, then we'll just skip that execution. And what that means is it is off by 1 on the keyboard. It's now a lot quicker to run through all of them. Sometimes I'll get like a weird error code, potentially because of reasons, I don't know. But usually it should pass. I also had a quick look at, so in the boilerplate that we copy from, we actually comment out like this args checking, and we don't read from the args, we just read from an input file. And I was trying to work out how to not rely on that, but ran into issues, so maybe another time I'll sort that out. But yeah, I guess quick video this time, because I accidentally deleted things, but that's alright. later on in the process, the problems will be more difficult and be probably more interesting in the thought process. But in this, the thought process was pretty quick. Like I kind of just worked out what needed doing, and that's all pushed up into my repo, so you can check out the source code and see what it is. Apart from that's all for this video. So if you enjoyed watching this quick summary of how I did day 4, then like and subscribe, and let me know how you like it. And otherwise, I'll see you another time for more problems on Advent of Code and SerenityOS. See ya.